Hello Pisces! I'd like to thank you all for joining me again, and welcome to any newcomers. This is going to be your Taroscope for Pisces. Let's see what else we've got. There might be something ending, but towards the end of the month, there's going to be really some nice, sweet energy. So something's coming to a close for you. There's a cycle that's ending, a chapter that's ending. 10 is a completion of something. And this is all this swords energy. Swords represent thoughts and mentality. So there may be a way in which your way of thinking about something has ended. Or it may have been that you were so tired and finally you're letting go of that cycle. You're so tired of something. This could be the beginning of a new day for you. Definitely there's one cycle that's completing and ending. This old tired person is actually dying away. So making room for a new way of thinking about something. And it feels maybe just like you've bottomed out. I also see, with this 9 of Swords as well, you may be overthinking things. You may have a little bit of tension or anxiety. Remember to just keep focused on the things that you need to think about and not think about everything outside the box, all this other stuff that isn't relevant. Sometimes when 9 of Swords shows up, it means that we are creating more thoughts and anxiety and stress for ourselves than we need to. That you may legitimately have a couple things that you need to think about that are keeping your thoughts bound up, and keeping you bound up and kind of tense or anxious about something. But try to let those go that are excessive. Don't go around in circles in your mind. Don't overly worry about something. Because what it's saying is if you're doing that, especially in the middle of the month, you might miss out on opportunities that are being handed to you from the universe. This is 4 of Cups is someone who's focused on what's existing. And because he's so focused on what's existing, he's missing this cup, this heart energy that the universe is trying to offer them. So be careful. And also this is in line with the perfect partner. So King of Cups is a water sign. This could be you, Pisces. This could be you being upside down. King of Cups often is a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. But King of Cups represents the ideal partner, the ideal father, someone who is thoughtful and thinks of things, is compassionate, thinks of things from the heart, and does things from the heart. So be careful that you're not being overly anxious or worried or in your head, is what this card says, that you're so consumed in your own head that you miss this, the universe is trying to hand you this beautiful person, this beautiful partner. This could be an existing partner, or it could be someone coming into your life, but they're trying to give you this Cups energy, this love, saying receive the love that is coming to you. Don't be too wrapped up in your head, because a lot of this can be negative thinking. This could be an old way of thinking. This is wrapped up in your head and being a hermit. Hermit feels a little isolated, or he just may be really interested in finding the truth. So that could be a theme for you also, for Pisces, is that you may need to let go of a certain way of thinking. Try not to spend too much time in your head. And you may just want to get to the bottom of things, to find the real truth of the matter. And you may be willing, it may just be a quiet time for you, where you might be a little bit on your own, but don't be so consumed in your own mind that you miss the love that is coming towards you. There's also this between these two cards, this Ace of Swords, which is the sword of the truth, and Hermit. These two cards are really about finding the truth. This is the truth being revealed to you. This is clarity. This is triumph. This is knowledge, alignment with the truth. Swords is the mental element. This is one idea, the one truth. And this can also be very victorious. And Hermit is also concerned with the truth. He's interested in examining the stars. You might get some clarity about the truth through having spent time reflecting upon things and finding the real truth that you can hold up and point to for others. Whereas in the beginning of the month, there may be some illusion about what's going on. Moon can sometimes represent illusion because it is light that is not its own. It's actually presenting an illusion. It looks like the light's coming from the moon, but it's actually coming from the sun and bouncing off the moon. So moon is a card of illusion, examining things, looking at things, making sure we see things clearly. Towards the beginning of the month, it looks like perhaps you're not seeing things clearly. You may be wrapped up too much in your head about things, missing things, but towards the end of the month, you open up to this truth that's being handed to you by the universe, and you're able to gather, resources and remnants of any battles that go on. This is Five of Swords is picking up the pieces or collecting truths or, gathering something from a battle that has gone on. So I see that happening for you towards the end of the month. Also at the beginning of the month. This is, Page of Rods usually represents optimism, enthusiasm. He's a page of fire, so he's young, and has a lot of fiery energy. Optimism, passion, willingness is a big word for this card. So I'm seeing that you might have some some rebelliousness towards a Queen of Swords person. And Queen of Swords is usually the person who is the head of a structure or head of an order. She is a mental sign and an air sign, so that can often be Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. And she's very sharp-tongued, she's very clear, and she's very direct. But she may not, she's usually pretty fair, but in reverse, there may be a way in which she's not being fair. Or she's being harsh. She's not being kind. And you have this sort of rebellious child of fire attitude against her. So it's sort of like you might be saying, I'm done with this. If there's a person who lays down the law and says, this is my law, this is my way, and she's not really being fair about it, towards the beginning of the month, you might be seeing her in a way, seeing how she's not being honest, truthful, and saying, I'm not willing to think like this. I'm not willing to go through this again. Those days are over. But be careful that you don't become so withdrawn here in the middle of the month that you miss out on the love that is coming to you. You will have a recognition or realization of the truth towards the end of the month. And then there's the sweetness that opens up for you. This card, Six of Cups, is sentimentality, childhood innocence. It can be a reunion. This is like a return to innocence card, a return to childhood love. So it can sometimes present literally as reuniting with someone from childhood, but it can also just mean innocence, the innocence of a union between children, friendship, sentimentality. The flowers represent that innocent, wonderful, sweet quality of, like a child handing another child a toy. And it can sometimes mean the budding of a new, innocent, childlike relationship. So there's a lot of sweetness in this card. Even though you may have had some challenges in the beginning of the month and be a little worried or self-contained, you might have this realization, this truth coming to you, kind of like an epiphany. Oh, I get it now. And then opening your heart, because that's what Page of Cups is about too. This is often a young person, and the Cups is a heart element, and there's this fish leaping, so this can be passion. I often call this card infatuation. These two cards together, I'm getting young love. So you might have some like puppy love going on. I'm getting a lot of infatuation, just a lot of sweetness, and having your heart be open. And as you can remember with this card, Page of Fire, pages are about willingness. And so where this one is not willing, this one's saying, I'm being a rebel, I'm unwilling to go by your unfair rules, Queen of Swords. This one says, I'm willing to consider my heart. I'm willing to open my heart. I'm willing to look at my heart and say what it is that I'm willing to feel my own heart and indulge in all this sort of pink and red energy, which is, it's love, it's innocence, it's It's the burning of the heart. It's the leaping of the heart. And then if there's a way in which something ends, you may have some gems to gather from that. So there may be something in which, if there is an open conflict or battlefield, there may be a way in which you really see the truth of the matter through this illusion. At first it fooled you. That's this moon card. But then you had this revelation. The truth was revealed to you. And as the sun sets on that situation, you can actually gather new thoughts about it, new insights, new revelations. That's what Five of Swords is about, picking up the pieces, understanding and gaining something through a conflict that has happened. So there's a lot going on for Pisces. Be careful not to become too in your head or introspective. That's all these cards, so that you're missing out on love that comes to you. Enjoy your willingness to participate with the truth and truly look at it. The beginning of the month, you might just have to hold out with what's going on with this Queen of Swords in reverse and with in tandem with illusion. You don't want to have any of it. You're done with that. And towards the end of the month, enjoy the sweetness that comes up for you. You might have a new infatuation. You might discover a new innocence about a relationship that you're currently in, or a new passion, a new sweet love or comfort there. And then towards the end of the month, you may walk away picking up the pieces from a conflict, having new insights about it. If you enjoy the reading, please feel free to check out my other videos, or you're also welcome to share it if you'd like. And I just want to say again, thanks for reading. Thanks for watching the reading.